There you go, after finally fixing the chat window that I had just there. Basically, as I tried to start live streaming, the fucking chat window went all weird and just covered the entire screen. But anyway, we're live, we're back after a 2-week break from this. So our memories, I'm assuming, are a little bit rusty about what actually happened. But we'll try our best. So you guys entered the tower, or the star that had fallen that you'd been sent to recover Numenera from. So it didn't fall into the hands of the bandit Lord Abune. Upon getting here, you realised that there was some sort of liquid leaking out the side, and you did a little bit of exploration with that and found out it was really like jellified and a little bit blobby, for lack of a better word, because my brain is completely dead at the moment. You decided to enter the tower, and something shot at you, and you come up with an ingenious way to get through. By using, I think, a shield or a metal plate or part of the door.
Shield.
Yeah, the shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also met the AI of the ship, the disembodied voice that you'd heard. Samantha, she called herself. And you also figured out that her voice is only in certain parts of the tower. You can only talk to her by the entrance, basically.
Yeah, it's like my mother, who's always downstairs, and if I'm upstairs, I can't talk to her.
Yeah, look, perfect analogy, yeah. I guess. Okay, and you headed on in, you found some of these mutant slugs, but after finding these mutant slugs, you found that they were trying to get at a human, a man, a naked man, much to Artoria's pleasure. And after defeating the slugs and trying to get him out, you couldn't really figure out how to get him out, so more exploration was done. I believe someone got a map somehow, Vers. And you led the rest of them. Yeah, you led the group to a terminal where only Artoria was able to originally get in. And yeah, we realised that the warrior was in a room with a computer. After a little bit of fiddling about, she did actually figure out how to kind of open the door that was jammed, letting EC into the room. And also figured out how to open the cylinder that had the man in, near Vers. But before the man climbed out and introduced himself, well, didn't really introduce himself, but just kind of like approached you, Artoria had like a schematics of the entire tower and realised that tubes ran between 150 or so cylinders above you on a different floor, and in the centre was a bigger cylinder with someone called the Master in. But Vers, however, tried to communicate with this man, and he took a Numenera device out of his pod, breathed deep of it, and was able to speak your language. And he kept saying, "The Master is coming, we need to go." But as you chased him, Vers, all the doors around you just donk, 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 and all just shut. And he was bumping against it, and he turned to you, and he just said, "Oh God, he's coming." So we begin today's session with Vers and this naked man that's covered in this kind of gloop, this gel, and he just stands there and stares at you, incredulous. He goes, "He's gonna take us back. Are we home?
Back where exactly?
Are we home? Are we back home? On Terra?"
I don't think so.
He holds his fingers to his temples, massages them slightly, and says, "That's the last thing I remember. We were coming home. We set a course for home." And he kind of looks up, and you can hear the clonking of machinery and Numenera devices above your head. And he kind of looks around, starts shivering, says, "We gotta move."
Move where exactly?
No, just away from here. And he begins to run off past you, northward.
Okay, put us on the map of the spaceship.
Oh yeah, I could put you on the map. I thought you were. My apologies.
No.
All good?
Yep.
Yep.
Where did he run to?
Okay, so he kind of, where you're going now, and to the left, he leaps over the body of this bulbous maggot.
Bulbous.
Okay, Okay, Adrian.
What?
And begins to run that
God.
way.
Alright, I'll follow him, not at a run. You say we must move, but to what end?
Yeah, he doesn't reply, but we'll go to Artoria. So Artoria, you were shoved out of the system, and around you the red lights are flashing. They're like, not making any sound, but as EC walks in, the red lights kind of like cast across her, and this entire room is like kind of like just in a spinning red alert scenario. And you were shoved straight out of the system.
Oh my god, Atoria, what did you
Double-handed
do?
sword. I'm going to fix it. Terminal.
Okay, make a mic check. Difficulty 4.
I'm going to spend some points.
For fuck's sake.
And I'm also going to use break inanimate objects.
Ooh, what does that do?
I count as skilled.
Oh, so it's actually difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3.
You were 1 off.
Oh.
Oh.
That's
Is
alright, but you smashed.
He's gotten 5, right?
I rolled an 8.
He rolled
I
an 8.
used.
And his difficulty goes down by -3 steps. From specialization and asset.
Because it's specialized.
So he would beat 5 normally. With this roll.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's
It's
break
because he
inanimate
didn't
objects.
didn't
Skilled.
set up the check properly, so it didn't
Oh.
No,
check.
it is. It is. Skilled gives me -1 difficulty.
Yep.
Break inanimate objects, because it's an inanimate object. -1.
Oh, okay.
No,
so
I mean you didn't set up the check so it would tell you what you beat.
Oh,
you didn't
right.
set it as you had to beat difficulty 5.
yeah, that's fair enough. Well, it was difficulty 4, but then you knocked it down to 3 because of your specialization, and then another 1. So yeah, it was only difficulty 2. So yeah, easy. You cut the actual machine clean in half, and your broadsword cuts straight through it and clonks against the metal flooring. And you even cut through that a tiny bit, and you have to rent the broadsword free with a screech as you rip it back up. And electrics and lightning floods the room, and above you, the lights go ooh, and just turn to a normal faded
I fixed
white.
it easy.
Sure, just don't tell Verse you did that.
Oh yes, no, he would be annoyed about that, but
Yeah, I don't know where this ranks on the press buttons, don't press buttons scale.
well, technically I didn't press it. I fixed it.
Yeah, but you might have hit like 4 or 5 buttons hitting it like that.
We'll just not tell all about this.
We've never even been here.
Let's go find him, and I'll use the communication disc to try and talk to him.
Okay. Buzz, you can hear Artoria's voice through the communication disc.
Verge, where are you?
Here.
Okay. Like we talked about, Verge, how can I get from where I am to get to where you are?
Tell him that I'm here. Say hi to Verse from me.
Well, have you managed to open the door?
Yes, the door is open.
Okay, go through it.
I would like to start up my communications disk.
Okay.
Hi, Verse. Did Atoria tell you I said hi?
There's no response.
I don't think mine's working.
It is working, you see.
Turn off my disk.
You went out through this door, right? If I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then down and round.
From there, head south.
Yeah.
Go east through the door that locked us out.
Yeah.
By now, first I'm going to move you to where the other guy is.
Oh, I'm not really chasing him.
Oh, you said you're walking after him, yeah? So
Yeah, but if he ran off at a higher speed and didn't stop, then I would just stop once on this side of him.
Unless he's running really slowly.
no, but you do kind of find him as you're talking because
Okay,
you're.
yeah, then I'll just walk up. I'll show him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so while those guys are making their way back to you, you can actually hear their footfalls in the distance. Behind you, in the wall behind you, here, you do actually hear a whirring of mechanics. But in front of you, he stands in front of like some sort of illusion, which pervades most of the room. You can see what looks like a star, or ball of light in the centre, with rocks, spheres orbiting them, and it doesn't take that much effort to realise that they're planets.
Alright.
And he's kind of walking around, moving them with his hand and leaving trails and wisps of this illusion as he begins examining them.
Okay. I'll try and understand what he's doing.
Okay. Intellect, I guess.
Yeah, and I'll add my glean information to that.
Perfect.
Difficulty?
For him, just so you've already negated it down, so 2.
That's with bonuses.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to check whether I closed all windows. It just started storming. Also, I grabbed another guinea.
I don't know if it's rolling anything. I clicked roll, but...
Oh, there you go. It just took a while. Wow, you got 19. So, yes, this man is looking at this illusion, this hologram, with all the skill of a cartographer or a pilot, mapping out a route. And as he brings his hand from the blue and green orb across the empty space and pinpoints another location on the far corner of the room, he nods, turns to you, Vers, and then sees Artoria and EC arrive, and he says, "Look, we need to get outside. We need to get out of this ship. He's gonna come find us." And then you hear more mechanical clonks above you.
Oh my god, Atori, your new boyfriend? He's crazy.
He is, but I like that.
He kind of looks at you confused, and then immediately at that moment, he begins to babble nonsense and none of you can hear him, and he kind of looks around and then tries to barge past you all to run back towards the pod.
Motherfucker, where do you think you're going?
He just looks at you, points towards his throat, and begins babbling nonsense. You don't understand a word he's saying.
I let him go past and follow him.
Yeah, he runs, and the last thing you see is a pair of pale butt cheeks around the corner, and he comes back, and he has what looks like some sort of tubing with a handle on the end, sticks it in his throat, takes a deep breath, takes it out, and then says in the tongue that you understand, "I only have one more use of this. It only lasts 5 minutes. So you need to get as many answers out of me as you can now. I'll try to tell you all that I know. Are we home, though? Are we on Terra?"
So are you like single, or what's your dating situation? Atoria is wondering that, I think.
I have a wife.
Oh, that's bad. Is she alive?
I think so. She's up there with the master.
Oh, bad news, Atoria.
Will we go and get her?
You want to go up there?
Yeah?
Okay, well, I see you've got a sword and you look like a capable warrior. You might be able to beat him.
I like to beat men.
You managed to get his collar. You could change everything.
His collar? What, does he
Yes.
have like a fancy one?
No, it's just... It's technology. It's magic.
Ah,
Help.
Verge, you could use that collar.
It helps him control things.
So I have to cut his head off.
You
I
managed
think
to
you
do
could.
that. You could free my people.
I
Then
think you
let's
could
go
also
cut his head
cut
off.
like other parts off. I don't think it has to be his head specifically.
No, we're cutting his head off. That's how magic works.
Look, this ship was a mining ship to an asteroid. We found something there, and it turned him insane. It broke his psyche.
I have multiple questions.
Okay, you've
What's
got
that?
a couple of minutes.
What's an asteroid?
A big rock that floats through space.
What space?
Oh Lord.
Which,
Just-
which lord specifically?
Oh God.
I believe you said we had limited time, so let's not waste our time on questions like these.
Right,
Are
first
you-
go.
What do we
Do
do to
your-
stop him?
You take away the collar, or you just defeat him. Just.
What-
He used to
What
be our
can you
captain.
prevent it?
Sorry.
And what will he do to prevent it?
He will fight back with all of his might, and before he left, he plugged everyone's...
Yes, all of his might, but what is that?
The collar. It allows him to control things. The
It's
things
that head. It's why we have to cut off his head first. Please listen. He doesn't have like much time.
I did, but it doesn't seem very clear what exactly he's going to do to us. Well, never mind. You're the ones who were... Go on then. Off you go.
Okay, now for the most important question. Are you a fallen star?
Me? No.
Yes.
And then he begins to
that-
babble
that-
nonsense again, picks up the device, puts it back down, and you see as he does, it sparks and breaks.
Can you give us anything to help kill the master?
Yes, follow me, quick! And he runs south, past the maggot again.
Follow on.
I think you're lucking out at Toria that he's married. He has a massive case of dead bud. It does not look good.
Which way did he go?
So west, towards that door.
Yep.
Yep. And he walks in, and he's at the computer desk. He's at the desk, typing away, clicky clack, and he looks towards you guys, and then an illusion appears out of the screen, which he clicks and begins controlling, and then points towards the corner, the far corner on the left. You see there's a little box, and you see there's some sort of weird yellow symbol. Looks like a flower to you guys. And then as he presses one button, he says, "I hope you know what you're doing." And the case opens, and this mist kind of emanates out of it, and a drawer kind of opens up with a ominous hiss.
I'll have a look.
Okay. Let me get the book up.
Artoria's got a 44 Magnum. Let's go, bitches!
Okay, inside is a small cylinder, greenish and olive colour. The hue of it is a kind of sickly radiance, though. It's got a kind of like glowing greenness to it. And the man walks over to you guys and then hands Artoria a pair of gloves that was in the nearby drawer. And they look kind of like gauntlets, but they're made out of a softer material that doesn't look like they'll protect you that much.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. And you get like a humming of energy for it.
What do I do with it?
It's you throw it.
Throw it.
You throw it, but it's got a high blast radius, and you got to make sure that no one else is in that radius.
Is it like another salt shaker? Because I totally found a salt shaker in this room.
No, it's not a salt shaker. It's far from it.
Bad luck, that salt shaker really messed up the slugs.
So I just throw this at the master.
You have to activate it first, and then he kind of like turn it around, and at the bottom you see there's a metal plate that's got a button on it. He says, "This is the only thing that's not glowing green." And he says, "You press that, and you will have 6 seconds."
Does this blow up the collar?
No, it should hurt him. Hurt him long enough for you to do something about it.
Oh, that's great because we want the collar.
Above you, you do hear a voice. And Vers, you thought she couldn't speak in this room. You tried to before. She goes, "I would not do that if I were you." And the man looks around and goes, "Do not listen to her. She's been reprogrammed to protect him." And then it says, "This man is insane. Medical records for Jeffline, Holla, psychosomatic symptoms." And he lists off loads of different like mental illnesses, and he goes, "It's not true. It's just the way that he got through to her." And
Can I
she's
check whether he seems to be telling the truth or not?
yeah, you can make an intellect roll.
Yep, I'll do it with the same bonuses again because I have discern truth. 2 again or higher?
For him, yeah, 2. It depends. Like if you were going to do it on the AI, it'd be slightly more difficult since you can't see or. Nice.
And it's a robot voice.
He is desperate. There are some details he might be missing out, but he seems to be telling the truth.
Okay. It seems that he is right. She probably was reprogrammed. Let's not pay too much attention to what she's saying.
At that moment, as you say that, the door slams closed, and Samantha, the AI, says, "Okay then," and the door just shuts.
Well, Samantha, that's just plain rude, isn't it?
Suppose you're not supposed to fight with the ghost.
Samantha, open the door, please.
The man runs up to the illusion on the screen behind you, begins playing with it, turns towards you guys, goes to say something, and just nonsense comes out. And he goes, looks really frustrated with himself as he can't explain what he's trying to explain. And then when Samantha says, "No, Autoria, I will not. Not until the master is fully dressed. He does not wish to entertain guests in his nudes."
Open the door. Ooh,
Oh, I
an
get
impressive
that.
specimen.
It goes silent. "I'm sorry, both of you were speaking at the same time, and I was unable to comprehend your language."
Is the master an impressive specimen?
I would say so, yes.
Let's go. Let's go. He's nude. Let's go.
And what about you, roller skate girl?
I was just gonna say if he's naked and we'd have to look at more dead, but I didn't want to go anyway.
No, you... Document
So
not
how-
found.
How old is he? Like 40, 50?
That is none of your concern.
Oh, he's scared about his age. He has got a bad case of it then. How's his hair situation? Balding?
Shiny.
Oh shit.
And Chrome?
Document not found.
Ataria,
Just open the door and let us go to the master.
One moment.
oh, he's a slow dresser as well. He's probably... Is someone helping him dress? Is he
The
doing
door
it alone?
opens at that moment.
We have beat her with our stupid questions. Which way is the master?
The man that can't now communicate with you points down the hall to where his cylinder was.
I throw the naked man my big hat so he can hide his genitals finally, and I follow.
Okay, and at that moment, he kind of points towards the ceiling, and you can see that there's like steel and metal all been like torn inwards, where his cylinder had fallen through and hit the liquid. You walk onto this spongy, fleshy ground, and to the north, you see that the door at the north has opened. Here, and he points towards there.
It's just an empty room.
Yes, well, I'll explain what it looks like, because it's not actually on the map. Okay, so what you guys come across is a small room with what looks like chains dangling from the ceiling above you. And as you walk in, there is what look like buttons on the right and left. There's 3 of them. They have some symbols on you don't understand. But there's like 1, 2, and 3. There's like 3 buttons. They're quite big, enough for your hand to push them inwards.
Bears.
Yes.
But
Yes. Let me have a look. I would like to try and see if I can understand what these buttons do.
Yeah, go ahead. Intellect check.
I think we have to renegotiate our contracts because it's super unfair that only he gets to press the buttons.
I think it's safer for all of us to see if he presses the buttons.
The last thing he touched blew up.
Intentionally.
That's what I would say.
Okay, so with that, you think that they must correspond to a certain level.
Okay.
You can see that the top one's already pressed it.
Right. And I'll just press the one below it.
Okay, so as you press the one below it, the doors in front of you shut. So the man is now stuck downstairs, and he kind of just looks at you worried and says something in a language you don't understand, and then below you the ground begins to lift up, and all the chains begin to rattle as they move downwards. And after about, 1 second, you guys kind of clonk, and then it begins to start again, making you all worry slightly. And GM intrusion, Artoria. Do you accept my GM intrusion?
Of course I do, princess.
And who would you like to give the other experience to?
I will give it to EC.
Aw, it didn't have to.
Okay, so Artoria, at that moment, there's a spark from the panel to your right where Vers is. Vers kind of hands jolts away from it, and this blue kind of spark hits you on your armor and electrifies you completely head to toe. And as you fall to the ground and hit the other side, you grab onto one of the chains, your arm gets caught, lifts you up into the air, and you realise that parts of your cloth is stuck. So first of all, the shock just does 3 damage to you, Might Paul, but you are being dragged up towards what looks like some sort of cog that will probably whirl you into a nice human paste if no one does anything.
Just cut my cloak.
Okay, can you make a speed check?
I will use effort.
Yep. Nice. Just at that moment, you bring your broadsword round, lever it into the far wall, push outwards, and it cuts away the cloth that was like part of the cloak that was caught, and you fall slightly to the ground where the elevator floor comes to meet you. And that's when the door opens. And in front of you, all of you see what looks like a hall, but all the walls are kind of following the conical shape of the tower. And you see hundreds of those cylinders that you had seen the man in, all kind of hanging from chains and tubes and all the way through. Take, guys. And there is what looks like red running through all of these tubes that connect them to a central hub, like a chandelier hanging in the center. And then all those tubes are tied and then head into the ceiling above you. And you see there's all these boiling cylinders all along the ground.
Well, this room's dangerous. I'm getting out of this thing.
Do you think the master is like a slaver? Because if there's like one naked dude in every single one of these, that's just a lot of naked people.
Yes. Slightly odd. Why would they need to be naked?
Well, let's go and have a look.
Are you heading into this hall?
Yeah, Victoria's instinctively heading that way. I'll follow.
Okay, nice. So you head into the hall, and behind you the door kind of like hisses and then shuts. And beside you, some of these vats of this red liquid begin to boil up and spit over near you guys. And you have to walk between 2 of them, rather 10 foot apart, into the main hall, where you see a bunch of steel stairs lead up to a central vat, which loads of cables emanate from, then join the ones in the center.
Walk up the steps.
Mm-hmm. And as you do, nothing happens. You just walk up to this wide vat, and you see the liquid's probably about 3 foot deep.
Well, let's see what this is.
Taste it first.
I will just dangle like a very little strip of clothing off it, off my clothing, just dip it in to see if it immediately dissolves or not.
It doesn't, but it's hot, and as you bring it out, it's gloopy and runny at the same time. It's a weird consistency that you're not that familiar with.
Artoria.
Okay, I can hear you laughing. It's red!
Tushin say he eats it.
And I will just see if it's if it does smell biological.
Yeah.
Okay, just have a little taste.
Smell. Okay, so it's definitely blood. Hot blood, but yeah.
Easy holds out a hand.
I actually already knew he was going to do that. It was like the first thing I said when we walked in here was, Bears is going to taste that.
Fine.
Seems it's just blood, actually. Warm for some reason.
What do you mean just blood? There's a lot of blood here.
This is true.
Well, is there anything else in here?
Yes, to your right and left, there are ladders that head up to scaffolding that kind of looks like it might be used to go up to these cylinders. And as you peer from down here, all of you can see the small windows like the one downstairs. You can see people inside them. Multitudes of people.
Well, Let's go see the master then.
And at that moment, you guys do kind of hear something above you. And EC, GM intrusion, would you accept?
No, yeah, sure.
Okay, so from who else do you give the other experience to then?
I think to Verse, he ate the goop, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we're going to go to what I call the playground. It's just a white area that we can draw on, place your miniatures and stuff, you place your tokens.
It's a nice way for empty screen, the playground.
Yep. I don't know what it's to Vers, but... Okay, so wait, let's get the freehand drawing out. Let's see how good I am at paint. So we got the vat, kind of like that. Staircase. And...
in case you were wondering what the answer was to how good Liam is at paint, not very.
Some scaffolding here. Some scaffolding there. So above you. And you guys can see above you this mass of black cloud just buzzing towards you all. And it slams down over EC. And inside EC, you feel tiny bites. Thousands of them. Can you roll me a d6?
A d6?
Those of you outside are Tor and Vers. This blackness, this cloud of biting what looked like sand and glass is so similar because it looks exactly like the stuff you'd seen outside in the Black Desert, the Black Hills. Exactly like the ground, but it's moving of its own accord. And as it swishes around EC, she takes 2 damage to her speed pool. She kind of bursts out of it, parts it. We'll put her like right there. And behind it, you see the form of a man. Tall. Extraordinary tall, like 7 foot, but gangly. His arms look abhuman. And the veins are pronounced on his body. His emaciate form regards you all, and he's got hollow sunken eyes that look like black orbs. And around his neck, just like the man had described, is a silver collar that half kind of like pins to the artery there, and you see slight amount of blood. But behind you, all of the tubes snap away from the vat and connect to different sockets all over his arms.
Just straight up run at that motherfucker.
Yeah, let's everyone roll initiative then.
Not a chance is he powering up.
Powering up.
Oh man, I was gonna use a round to get my say with this dude, but sure, let's fight him.
Okay. So, Artoria got an 11.
Where the fuck was the initiative button?
That's exactly what I'm looking for as well.
It's below action.
It is. Oh yeah, you're right.
There we go.
Look at you having an 11.
Do you want me to add you, Vers?
Yeah, sorry.
What did you actually roll?
13.
Look
I
at you
really
having.
appreciate my dying spaceship lights effects, by the way.
Yeah, they are pretty cool. Yeah, the red lights in the background.
Oh, look at me! I have light effects. I don't. I do have big old Guinness though.
Okay, so he reaches forward, and the tubes that connect to his sockets make his body seem less pallid, less pale, and his eyes kind of swell slightly, and he says to EC, "Stand where you are and prostrate yourself before the master." Can you make an intellect check, please, EC?
Okay, what's the target?
It's him saying it, and it's difficulty 5.
It's him saying, okay. I'm just checking if anything I have helps with that. No, probably not. I'm gonna edge. Or effort. I'm gonna spend effort. So
That's the one, yep. Spend some
2.
points.
So it's difficulty 5. You said.
Mhm.
This means I've spent effort 1. Okay. I think it's set up properly now.
Yeah, if you've got 1 edge, it'll cost you 1 point to get it dropped by 1.
No, isn't it 2? Because it starts at 3, right? For the first level.
Yeah, it starts at 3, but then if you... Yeah, you're
I have
correct.
1
You
edge.
are correct, yes.
I am correct.
You are right, Adrian. Nice!
look at
That actually made all the difference. It's perfect. And just at that moment, as his words resonate in your brain, you feel yourself, your legs going weak, your body losing its will, your psyche beginning to melt, but you shake it away and turn, and he goes, "Ha!" And as he punches forward, all of the black dust and dirt that he'd been obviously controlling comes out as a massive hand and punches you. You can roll the dodge.
As I dodge, I'm saying, I didn't even know what prostate means.
Oh my god!
I'm about to show that motherfucker his prostate.
And I think this is like a speed check, that was it, right?
Yeah, it's to dodge, so if you've got any dodge, that helps.
So it's also difficulty 5, right?
Yeah, because he's tough.
I can't spend anything, I only have 1 speed left. Aww.
Oh man, one away. Okay, and then the fist hits you, knocks you back 10 feet, 2, 3. Right next to Artoria, you see EC slam down on the ground, and you take 5 damage to your mind pool.
Oh well, that's my mind pool gone.
She looks very, very hurt. So Vers, it's your turn.
Yes. Well, that's not very nice, I think. So I don't think I'll be very nice either. Is there any way for me to figure out if I can slice some of these tubes off of him?
Sure.
Alright, then with my broken forearm shiv.
Oh yeah, you broke it, didn't you? Yeah.
Well, technically you broke it, but yeah.
Wow.
I will try and like run past him, and as I run past him, try and slice one of the tubes away from his body.
Yeah, sure. You want to know the difficulty of slicing the tubes?
Yep.
2.
Alright.
Nice. So, with one slice, you manage to cut 3 of them completely, and this hot blood begins to spray out as if all over the ground and leak. And he goes, "Ah!" as he looks towards the tubes, and you see that his body is regenerating its loss of muscle and fat slowly, and you've just cut maybe about 1/5 of the supply.
Oh, 1/5? Jesus, okay. Alright,
Yeah.
and then I'll try and get as far away from him as I still have movement for.
You've got one.
Well, that way then.
Yeah, because you dive back down the stairs. Okay, so Artoria.
How long is a round?
How long is a round? 6 seconds.
Precisely 6 seconds.
I think so, yeah.
No, I think that's D&D. Isn't it like just isn't it like just a short duration or something like that in the manual? I don't think they spell it out.
Yeah, I think I think a whole round is meant to be like 10 seconds, maybe. Yeah, at most.
So I would be able to place it and then run like fuck. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and as I'm going, I want to try and use the stairs to, like, I'm basically going to try and use stealth to pull this tube out, click the button, and put it on the stairs and act as if I've stumbled.
Okay, alright, well this... Ooh, I guess an intellect check, I guess it's like acting, it's deception.
Yeah.
Why would you choose with your character that only does strength stuff?
Because she gets stealth and stuff, and it works normally off speed.
Yeah, okay, so I'll allow stealth to apply to it, so...
Oh, you have stealth?
Yeah, I have stealth.
Look at you.
So I become trained in this action then.
Mm-hmm.
I will put... Is it intellect still? Yeah.
Yep.
That's all I get then is trained.
It's a difficulty 4 then, in total.
Tally ho. Yes. Motherfucker.
Yeah, you did it. Okay, nice.
So he doesn't see it, and
No,
it
he
will
doesn't.
be...
He doesn't see it. In fact, he's so focused on Vers cutting those tubes that he hasn't even paid attention to you, Artoria. His eyes, that are now swirling to a whiteness, are just staring at Vers.
That's
Ow.
that's my turn. And Artoria's going to do the look of, run the fuck away, people.
Yep. Okay, so basically that will detonate at the beginning of your next turn, I guess.
Beginning or end? I thought it would be end.
If you want it to... Yeah, I'll say end, just because
So
otherwise you'd be dead, yeah. That makes a lot more sense.
instead of going. Well,
That's what I meant. I'm not wrong. So it's okay.
if that's the case, I'm gonna grapple the motherfucker and just hold it round him and be like, "Surprise, bitch!"
Easy just moves backwards a bit, just silently. I have nothing to do with this anymore, and just puts a hand on her arm and heals herself.
Oh yeah.
Because fuck this. Intellect. Okay, well that's yes. So that's D6. I think I restore to myself, if I remember this right from 2 weeks ago. 6 to my might pool. 4. So I'm no longer impaired.
Nice. Okay. So no longer impaired. Is that your action?
That is my action, and
Okay.
I end my turn. I rest my case.
He brings the storm of black dust around his feet, holds his all the like elongated fingers out, and it forms a thin ring around him. Clicks his fingers and then just shoots little needles out in all directions towards Artoria and Vers. You both make speed checks.
I'm gonna use the button.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
shield.
I thought you'd already had it out anyway. The moment you.
I have
come
the
back.
shield out, but you press the button
Okay.
to activate the protective field.
Yep. So your shield does apply.
How big does that get?
No.
Not big enough to get you.
Isn't it just a normal buckler size? It's like a proper like force shield, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a proper force shield.
Yeah. So it acts as basically it acts as a shield, but it's lightweight. You don't have to like carry an actual shield around.
Because it's a buckler, I can use my big sword with it.
Yep.
That's-
Okay. So you both need to make speed checks. It's
Yep.
difficulty 5. Artoria
Speed.
gets like if you've got any dodge or anything like that, that applies.
I get an edge, so it becomes.
If you want to spend some speed, yeah.
I get something for shield. It is a.
Yeah, shield knocks it down by 1 difficulty. to
Yeah.
4.
And then I'll do an effort.
Mhm.
So difficulty 3, boom.
Oh, you rolled exactly, yeah. What about you guys?
Would you allow me to use sensing danger to get out of the way?
No, because it's obvious
Okay.
that this is dangerous. It's...
Okay. Then I think.
Oh, it's not drop and roll.
All right.
Well played. So just at that moment, the dust goes out in all different directions in the shape of tiny needles, and Artoria just brings her force shield up, all against her arm. Some of it scrapes across her body, but you know those wounds are artificial in comparison to what it could have been. And Vers just goes, whoa, and just kind of does a Mario jump. They all miss and then rolls away as they all just cling against the walls. At that moment, some of the needles do hit one of the cylinders and pierce it, and there's a hissing sound. And he goes, no! And it was the tubes that you'd cut as well, Vers. And you see this woman slop out onto the ground in a puddle of what looks like gel. And she starts screaming, so there's just a scream in the air. So, Vers, it is actually your turn.
Yeah, I will just leg it.
Okay.
I don't know how much move was it.
Let me look at the cheat sheet. I believe it's like 50 feet.
Yeah, you can get 50 feet, but you can do a speed check to try and get 100.
Okay, I will try and do that because I don't feel like getting blown up.
Okay.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 4, speed check. Okay, so
Nope.
you only get 50
So-
feet. You're so panicked that as you're running, you're half, you know, one of those panic runs where you're half on your hands and half on your feet. Okay, so Artoria.
Let's go 50 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And yeah, I'm gonna try the difficulty. Let's try and get out of a dodge.
Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, you motherfucker, I'm away. So long, gay boys.
Before your turn ends, Artoria, Vers, I'm going to give you a GM intrusion. Would you like to accept it?
No.
Damn it! Okay, yep. So you don't accept it. That's fair enough. And at that moment, there's an explosion.
Oh shit, easy.
And this green energy emanates from the tube. He looks down, brings his hand down just as you see parts of his flesh slough away. Because the thing about the explosion is it was fast for about maybe 15 feet, but then slowed down. and began to like form a bubble around him. And this thing goes as it rushes out and moves over to there. Yep. Artoria, the bubble's staying there. Let's draw it in green because everyone likes that, obviously. Can't find circle. Oh well.
What are you trying to do?
Draw. Just draw in general.
Just hold Alt while you're doing.
Oh, that's perfect.
Shape.
That's like literally what it was as well.
Oh,
It's like
good.
perfect. Well played. Okay, so Artoria, as the explosion goes off, you see he's badly hurt. Parts of his flesh are is sloughing off, revealing the muscle underneath.
Is the tube? Did it break all the tubes?
Yeah, no. You can see the green area that it was in. It didn't touch any of the cylinders around. But no, oh, you mean the tubes on his back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it broke some of the ones from the right side of his body off. So now you see there's probably done about 3/5 of them. Okay, so easy.
Oh, I didn't even get hit, right?
No, it's literally just in front of you, this wall of green energy.
I would like to use my turn to converse with the ghost.
The ghost.
The ghost.
Is that what you... Okay, fair enough.
What was the name of the ghost? I keep forgetting.
Master.
Samantha.
No, not the ghost. Samantha.
Oh, Samantha, yeah. You... Okay.
Hey, Samantha, do you still not think that this guy sucks? I feel like you should be on our side here. Like, have you looked at him?
One moment. And boom.
We can't hear it.
Okay, I can't hear a thing.
I guess
Yeah.
it's just my my stream is picking it up.
Oh. Well, then go tell him. I'm busy looking at what kind of GM intrusions I have.
You can persuade people to do shit.
No, that's not. I think that's not GM intrusion now. What's it called? Player intrusion.
Player intrusion.
Fuck this is. Character descriptor. No, this is too far. Delve? Arcus wasn't the same book as Delve, right?
Yep. You can get a friendly NPC to give you a gift. You can.
Oh, look
already-
at you being faster than me.
An already friendly NPC to suggest a course of action or a gift.
That was very nice of me. Basically told me to go fuck myself.
What are roommates for, eh?
Yeah, okay,
That's
so
exactly what mine would do.
so EC, you wanted to speak to Samantha.
Yeah, I would like to use player intrusion to have an already friendly NPC give me a gift. Basically the same thing I did last time. And I'm doing this by convincing her that this guy is a fucking douchebag. Which he is. Come on, look at him.
How does this work?
I spent an XP.
Okay.
And, read the thing again, please, because I just put the thing away.
What an unexpected gift. An NPC hands you a physical gift you were not expecting, one that helps put the situation at ease if everything seems strained, or provides you with new insight for understanding the context of the situation if there's something you're failing to understand or grasp.
I grasp the situation. It's a spooky ghost and we're fighting him, so I don't need that.
I'm just trying to think of how this could turn out, because this is a very complicated situation. Because she's programmed not to ever turn on him.
It doesn't have to be him.
Yeah.
It could just be maybe the girl that fell out of the barrel.
Yeah,
Aren't we like bestest friends, Samantha? Can't you help me out here a bit? I'm totes gonna die. Did you see that explosion?
You hear, no, but to your left, one of the cylinders pops open, the lid goes flying into the the radius of this green bubble, sizzles slightly, but as it does, something rolls out towards you. It's a perfect sphere, or it looks like a glass.
Glass.
It looks
Oh,
like
I
a
had
clear
one of those.
orb.
Clear orb.
Pick it up and throw it. Pick it up and throw it. Pick it up and throw it.
I throw it at the dude.
Okay, if you've got throwing and stuff, you can use that.
I do not. For the record, I have nothing useful for combat situation, other than doing 1 damage with a ring. Okay, so I'm gonna edge, going down to 1 might.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, what's the difficulty? 5 to hit him, right?
No, not anymore. It's free.
Oh, it's 3 now. That's way better.
Because he's got radiation sickness.
Look at you. Huh. Look at me being
Okay,
great.
so as you throw this orb, and you don't really know what it does, it clonks off of his forehead, and he's like, kind of looks at it. As it cracks against the ground in front of him, there's a dazzling display of light, and now he's inside one. But now, the same size for him. That's end of combat.
Okay. So I just poof, and put him in the cylinder.
Yeah, not in a cylinder, in like an orb, like a glass kind of sphere.
Okay.
And he just looks around, all the wires have been cut free, and you see that where the orb had formed around him, like a sort of prison, the cables still dangle, some of them still dangle helplessly from him, but it's been cut cleanly from behind. And you can't hear him through it, and he's like bashing against it and rolling towards you guys like in a hamster ball.
Do I get to add him to my Pokédex, or how does this work?
He's still a life-size orb.
Can I roll it up the steps and into the boiling blood?
Yeah, but as you do, some of it spills over. And it's not entering the actual orb. He's still airtight. And he's trying to shout something. All the dust and dirt and black sand around you just kind of obviously begins raining down and just filtering along the floor.
Clean that shit up.
And then you'll hear puff, puff, and hear loads of hissing as parts of the cylinders all around the room are beginning to open.
First, I want you to know that now that I have saved the day, I'm totally upping my rates. You're not getting me as cheaply anymore.
Well, let's try and talk to these people. I'll take my hamster ball and tie it. Oh, we don't have any rope left.
That is true, we don't have rope.
You've left it outside so you could climb into the crater.
Yep.
Let me think.
We could just all stand alongside the orb and just pose really cool. And I think that wouldn't accomplish anything.
But the girl that first fell out of the cylinder to your right is now standing on wobbly legs, popping these tubes out of her.
Hello.
Can you understand what we are saying?
She just looks at you confused. Obviously, she cannot. She looks scared.
Ataria, do that sign language thing you did. He's sign languaging to his wife.
But at that moment, the orb, the big green, sickly orb, kind of deteriorates back towards the cylinder, and the cylinder now looks defunct, out of magical juice.
All right. Well, I will just wave to her and see what she does.
Kind of fall to her knees, and then kind of get back up and begin walking towards one of the side rooms.
Okay. I'll just walk so that she can see that I'm walking near her, but without trying to scare her by approaching from behind. Just be like, to see if she's okay.
She does do the thumbs up. It's universal, remember?
Yeah.
She then walks into the side room, which opens automatically, and then you see all these people begin popping from these cylinders, looking confused and bewildered. And some of them, from higher up, as they fall, kind of are held by the things connecting them into the cylinder, and they kind of reach over and feebly grab onto ladders to the left and right, and some of them hang down and drop. Obviously, look at that. That is just so
look at the love.
Needs to be a bit longer.
It's wrecking the tough, cool guy image he has been.
Oh no, I'm completely soft and gooey at home, but once I leave the front door,
Man of Steel.
Oh, I just want a picture of Chris with his 2 daughters playing Tea Party, and that's my whole life would be over.
I want to gesture to Artoria to like catch these people, and I want to try and see if I can climb up and cut their tubes for them.
Okay, yeah, okay, so
Oh! I have a brilliant idea. I'm gonna take off the backpack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna press the button.
Okay.
Does the parachute come out? Because I know it's a fucking parachute.
No, it's not a parachute! No, Artorian, what have you done? Okay, so
Jetpack, isn't it?
as you press the button of the backpack, wings shoot out the back. You have a glider.
Awesome.
It's so Numenera-like, because you're just like, you have no clue, but as you press it, everyone sees that Artoria grows bat wings out of her backpack, and they begin flapping. You can now fly for up to 28 hours.
Yeah, motherfuckers! I'm gonna fly up and pick people up then.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but that is only one use. You've got this for 28 hours, and that's
I don't care, I can fly. I can fly,
These
bitches.
mechanical bat wings have kind of this, what look like pearlescent kind of blue light travelling between each of these segments, which automatically fuse to your spinal column, giving you the innate ability to fly. And you kind of, she's kind of creepy to Vers and Issa. You kind of guess you look like Jeepers Creepers once he grows those wings. You're floating around.
I'll walk over to Artoria and say, "What did I say about pressing the buttons? Honestly,
This is so cool. I can fly, Vers. I can fly.
She is super cool, Vers.
you can fly inside where there's a ceiling. Well done."
But we can go outside, but we can get these people first. I'll follow your instructions, and I'll fly up and get the people.
Okay.
I would
so-
like to make faces at the man in the ball, just pressing my face against it and sticking up his
He
tongue.
does not look happy. In fact, now that he's without his blood supply, you see he's fallen onto his knees, and he looks really weak.
Oh, I enjoy this. I'm just gonna keep making faces at him.
Okay, so you keep making faces at him. He's in the vat of blood, just floating around like a zorb. Like and he's looking down at this vat of blood with like a look of predatory hunger in his eyes.
Get him out of the blood.
Yeah,
Fly down.
You're gonna have a blade situation when he puts
Yep.
it in. Yeah.
Yep.
So, Vers, you're always like averse to lying when I tell people
Well, just
what
like-
we're good at. Can I say
I
we're
got-
good at ghost busting now?
I'm not quite sure this was a ghost. I don't believe in such things.
Okay, can I say we're technically good at ghost busting? Because I feel like a ghost would be captured the same way.
You can say whatever you choose to. I just might not support it.
Ataria, we're ghostbusters.
Awesome. Are all the people down and the guys out of the blood?
Yes, so there are many. It's going to take some hours to get every person, but yeah, he's out of the blood and he's laying at the bottom of the ball now, and you see his ribs protruding through the flesh, and through that you see his chest moving up and down, heaving.
Good. The bastard suffocates.
And after the next 10 minutes, his body stops moving.
Well, that was that, I guess.
Yep. It's,
I would like to take out my tiny harp and play him a song on the tiniest harp there is.
Oh my god,
I have a tiny harp.
I know you do. But the moment you begin playing music, you do attract the attention of some of the well, look, to you guys, they wander around like zombies. They're confused and bewildered, and they just kind of look at things as if they're looking at it from a child's perspective, like everything's fresh and new. But eventually, that first woman that you saw fall from one of the cylinders comes out of the side room, fully dressed. She has some odd, fashionable choices, but she is fully dressed.
I'll fly down to her.
And
Can
I'll
you
just be
understand?
She just looks bewildered at you.
Two thumbs up.
Gives you one thumb up again. She's wearing a white coat of sorts with what looks like multicoloured garments beneath. A fluffy multicoloured garment.
Is she wearing a onesie?
She's not wearing a onesie, no, but she's wearing a cardigan.
Cardigans are universal, I knew it!
But she is wearing like a lab coat with what looks like some fluffy cardigan underneath and a pair of faded blue, what looks like trousers or breeches. She kind of nods at you all, holds her hand out, and she's got this thing on her wrist. She presses on it, and she's tapping some stuff, and something comes up. And she just holds it out, points towards her mouth, does this motion, and then points towards the magical illusion coming from her wrist.
I will speak into it. Hello?
She looks at it, presses some buttons, touches something on her ear. Hello.
Ah,
She smiles.
hello. I can
Hi.
fly.
Hello.
I can
God,
fly.
she's a wizard.
She's giving you the motion to slow down, and it brings the thing forward again.
Oh, I can fly. This is awesome.
Yeah, she
And as that's happening, I'm just softly taking Troy by the shoulder, just moving her side.
she goes, as she lifts, she goes, I can fly. It's awesome. And then she points towards EC, gestures you to come over.
AC comes over.
Yeah.
So, do you like have a boyfriend? Because I think Verse is looking, but I don't want. I don't want to suggest anything.
She then puts her hands to her ear to listen. Looks confused at you. Looks towards Verse.
I point at Verse.
Boyfriend. Girlfriend. And then she points towards Verse. Like, points for you to say something. She does actually say something.
I think she's into it.
I'm sorry for the rambling of these people. Are you and your people safe now?
Puts her hands to hers. We are not out of trouble yet.
Can we assist somehow?
I am. Seems like she hasn't got the word for it. Like for what she's trying to portray. She goes, I am a specialist. Our language is similar, but not the same.
I see.
This, she points towards the wrist, the bracelet with the illusions around it. She says, will help. It is analysing the differences between our dialect.
Very good. Will it learn?
Given some time, yes.
Good. Then I will continue speaking. So
I
that
will
it may
listen.
learn some.
It will
One
translate.
of your, I think, fellow travelers was with us for some time. He is now on one of the other floors. He told us that we needed to get the master's collar. Or
Oh.
I have him at least.
Yeah, and she points towards the orb with him dead at the bottom. Says, he is currently imprisoned in, and she goes, the only term, the word that she come up with is magic.
Yes. Do you think we should let him stay there, or do you need to take this collar for your own use?
I need to cut his head off, Bears. That's what the whole thing was. I have to cut his head off.
And she says,
Right.
this,
Don't get quite. Sorry, carry on.
this, and she motions orb, magic lasts 27 hours, a full day.
Does he look like proper dead in there, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah, he looks like he's just deteriorating.
I rattle it a bit.
He just slops. You know, like when a spider dies, its limbs just go like
Yeah.
inwards. That's what happens to him. And he kind of looks at an awkward angle, like you shouldn't be able to bend that way.
Well, it seems that in 27 hours then, my friend here would like to take his head off. Do you have a problem with this?
No. We'll
There you go.
explain further when I have broader understanding of your language.
Very good. And then I'll just like start listing random words in dictionary order.
That would actually really help. If you want to make an intellect check, you could actually really help her.
Yep.
Artori is looking for another specimen.
Okay.
Because now she can fly like a fucking
This is
vulture.
this must be Artoria's like dream area because everyone's naked, so you can judge them perfectly.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty for the entire show?
3.
Full on, like, walking around, turning people, checking.
I would like to rate the closet room she came from.
Okay, so Issa, you head on in. You see a few of the other people have headed in there, and there's like a whole host of what looks like tall but thin drawer chests or like areas to store clothes. Just for sake of brevity here, they're lockers. There's quite a lot of them, hundreds in fact, all lining different parts of the walls, forming corridors. And some of them are dressing, and some of them are just sitting on wooden benches or these metal benches that look like surgical tables, just looking really confused. One of them does walk up to you, nod, and then give you a kind of thank you motion with his hands.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I'll be
It's gloopy. He's full of that kind of gloop that they were in. And,
and my little halo lights up, and I just give him a bit of feeling.
Aww. Okay.
And then I check whatever clothing he has picked and just skedaddle from the room.
Okay, so you had some sort of vest, and you just yanked it for free from him.
I now have a vest. I'll put that in my inventory.
Yeah. Can you just put in brackets, like ask Liam what it is when I wear it? 'Cause...
Ask Liam what it is once I wear it.
And then so that we know where it, and maybe a note so we know where it came from.
Spaceship locker room, naked dude. There we go.
Perfect. I will remember perfectly. Okay, so Vers, after about 10 minutes, she says, "Can you stop now, please?"
Yes.
Brings it up, and then the contraption makes a kind of locking mechanism sound, and she shuts it. I think I understand most of what we can talk about now.
Excellent.
And above you, Artoria just flies by.
And Issa runs past with a stolen vest.
Artoria's gonna like kidnap one of them.
They all look rather pathetic to you, Artoria. They're weak and feeble and skinny, and many of them look hurt.
There's no like warriors amongst them type.
Not that you can tell at the moment, no. I gotta be honest, they are in a sorry state.
I'm gonna go to the guy back downstairs.
I mean, he was very similar, he's had more time to recover. But okay, you head towards the elevator, but Vers, she begins to speak, continue to speak.
Yep.
My name is Torn.
Torn. Welcome.
Yes.
My name is Vers.
Vers, okay. Right, so the collar
Yes.
is used to control that, and she points towards all the black desert dust. It's stuff that we used to use to build our buildings, our clothing, our lives.
Are you from here then?
I'm from
Or do you
Terra.
have this elsewhere?
The last known programmed journey was from the asteroid to Terra. We had run out of fuel, we were drifting. We had enough propulsion to take us back home. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying.
I understand some of it, yes. You were drifting and you were unable to get back. This is a concept I understand.
Yes, and
Fuel, I'm not familiar with the term, but I don't think it matters by what you're saying. However, I cannot tell you whether you are on Terra, you're on the Black Hills. Does that sound familiar to you?
no, it does not.
Do you know the name of, and then I'll list off some city names?
She has no clue, she just shakes her head.
Then I think that probably you are not close to where you are heading.
That's
I'm
impossible.
quite sure we have never seen anything like this here.
We definitely programmed it right to get us home. Man, it might have taken several million years, but we are here.
How long ago did you leave?
Without access to Samantha, I cannot tell.
Samantha, are you still an asshole?
Default user settings. No, actually, Vers, I'm quite a nice AI, if left to my own devices.
Good. Welcome back, Samantha.
First, the ghost super helped us win, right, Samantha, BFFs?
I didn't do anything. In fact, I was hoping the orb would trap you.
I've outsmarted the ghost. You can add that to my references.
I can fly.
Tarn, I believe your AI is maybe slightly different from what you're used to, but it seems cooperative again.
Yes, if I can get upstairs to the bridge, I can reprogram her.
I can fly you up there.
We best just take the elevator.
But I can fly you up there.
By elevator, you mean that thing with the buttons, yes?
Yeah, the machine that takes you up and down.
That thing nearly killed me. I am not getting back in there.
Yes, you call this elevator?
Yes, that's the word.
Okay, good. So we're both learning today. Excellent.
Mm. So, well, as I was explaining, that collar that he has around his neck is one of thousands that we used to use in construction to build our civilization. It should be right here. I programmed the coordinates perfectly.
Perhaps lots has changed with time?
Perhaps,
You
but
mentioned millions of years. Our recorded history goes back ... however many years it is.
not much. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Just, what do you
Exactly.
mean?
Oh, so how much is it? Like maybe 300 or so? 500?
Yeah,
No.
not even that. Like,
Yeah. Our written history goes back approximately 250 years.
no, that's impossible. My civilization, the Terrans, we were right here.
Well, that may be the case, but when was that? Samantha should be able to answer your questions now.
Samantha? She says, I don't know. We were drifting for some time, and to conserve energy, I lay dormant. Shrugs.
Well,
But-
I can promise you we have not seen anything like your star for our recorded history.
Well, let's go to the bridge. We might be able to find answers. Look, she just heads towards the.
Yeah, I'll walk with her.
I'll talk
First,
you
just
go.
called it a star, so he owes me 2 shields.
What?
Yeah.
You called it a star. You were very adamant that it is not a star.
Oh yeah, it's not a star, but that's what we're referring it to, so I'm trying to be helpful because they might refer to it as a star.
Easy's definitely standing next to you, holding out a hand, so you give her the money you owe her.
Are you guys going with us, or are you staying down here?
I can fly.
Yeah.
I'm going with first. Because all the naked dudes creep Easy out.
Yeah, we'll go with ours because all the naked dudes are wimps.
Okay, so she presses the third button, and the lift does actually take you up to another floor, which is much, much smaller than the one below. As the conical tip reaches to a point, you realise that you guys are on kind of like one of the walls of the bridge. You see that everything's built just in front of you. And it's kind of like on one of the far-facing walls, and she kind of has to struggle this torn.
I will fly in and
Yeah.
hug her, and
She
then
goes, "Can you
fly
take-"
up a bit.
Yeah, and at the top, she can actually sit into one of the seats, but she's kind of like sat back, and she just presses a button, pushes down a switch, and in front of you, the conical tip of this tower opens up, revealing sunlight. As you hear clonk, 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 clonk.
That is quite an impressive trick.
Yeah, and she turns around, and her eyes just stop on the horizon. You guys can see the black hills around you, the iconic just black sand, and she goes, "No. No.
What
That's
is wrong?
all that stuff there. The stuff, the black sand.
Yes?
That's what remains of my people.
Oh,
What do you mean?
We built stuff out of small machines. You understand?
No.
We used
No.
we used the collars to
Actually,
manipulate
I
the
got
sand.
rid of my inability, I think, last time when I...
Yeah.
XP stuff.
Yeah, you can roll Numenera.
I'll just say, like, I understand conceptually, just not really.
Yeah, she says, look, we built our buildings, everything, out of these small machines. We used the collars to control them. But it's just nothing now. Nothing stands of what we built.
Well, nothing has stood for a long time.
I thought we would. She just shrugs, then slides back out the seat and says, "Can you help me?" and points towards Artoria so she can get back down.
Yeah, I'll help.
I'll say, well, I understand why you might feel demoralized, but sure, this would be a great opportunity to help build again.
We can get that collar when the orb deteriorates, and
Yes,
we can
tomorrow.
start. We can do something.
Good, yes. Meanwhile, I'll ask her to teach me some of her language as well.
Yeah, and she begins teaching you certain words. Artoria and AC, what are you doing?
Just flying around looking at things.
Yeah, okay, so there's lots of machinery up here, similar to the one that you cut in half, Artoria.
Ooh, buttons.
Yeah, lots of buttons and magical illusions.
Anything of interest?
I don't know. What does look interesting? There's some switches, some levers.
I'm more like sharp things, pointy things.
There's a big red button.
I'm gonna fly down and just like while she's talking to hers, like fucking vulture grab her and take her up to the button.
Okay, she's like, ah! Oh, no, not that one.
What does it do?
She just kind of hesitates for a second.
What does it do?
Okay. It's ignition.
The what?
What?
What does this word mean?
It uses whatever source of fuel we've got to propel ourselves forward.
So this tower can fly?
It used to. It's no longer going to.
Do you have anything, or do you have any warriors with you? How do you people protect yourselves? And I'll fly her back down.
We were a mining operation. We didn't need warriors.
But everyone needs warriors. Even our miners, they take warriors with them to protect them.
What if bandits attack you?
Bandits in space.
Yes?
You keep saying that word as if it
Right.
means anything.
Okay, well, first things first, and then she presses some of the side buttons, pulls some levers down. I've opened every door. Place is now fully explorable. We can leave.
Yes, but we should return tomorrow to get the collar, yes? If you don't have any more, I think you'd probably want it.
Yes, we definitely do.
Now, I'm just gonna interject here because I think opening all the doors is really dumb because there's still these bandits that were gonna come here before us. And we only killed like 4 of them, so I think there's like at least... How many bandits are in a bandit group? Like 10? 4 more bandits? 6 more
Normally
bandits?
around 200.
What, in a bandit group?
Yes.
You measure them in 200s?
Yes.
I don't think this is right, but there might be some more bandits, so I don't think you should open the doors if you don't have warriors.
Do you have any defense systems?
Samantha? And you just hear her say, I have the broken gun by the entrance.
Oh, we did break that gun, didn't we?
Well, it tried to shoot at us. It was not very kind.
That
We
was
were not
me.
very kind back then, Samantha.
She gives you a mock approximation of a human laugh. She goes, ha, ha, ha.
Well, I could head down to the entrance and protect it while you do what you need to do.
She nods.
We also totally need to discuss payment, like our standard rates. I have them right here if you just want to take a look at them. We also have a premium service where you don't have to talk to Verse.
Excuse me. We also have the extra premium version where you don't have to talk to either of those two.
I don't do talking, I just do smashing.
Oh, we won't talk at all if you pay super premium.
She.
Oh, I think I fixed one of your computers as well, or your magic tables.
Oh, cool.
She hit it with a giant sword.
What do you
So how,
You see Virtus go white.
Yeah.
He says this.
how many shins is your budget?
What is a shin?
Oh,
These
shit,
people are morons.
they're broke. Did all the bandits take your shins?
I think there's a lot to talk about.
She
I
looks
think
down at her legs.
These two do not comprehend the scale of differences between our cultures. I think it would be interesting to explore. Perhaps slightly frustrating if these are around.
I'd take your word of advice there, Vers, and I'll go with barricade. Like set up a barricade by the main entrance to the ship where we get in.
Okay, so
You do your soldiering. That's good.
Artoria, you head into the lift. EC,
Yep.
you going with him? Huh?
I'm gonna steal more of their clothes.
Okay. You head downstairs. You see most of them are now getting fully dressed. You head into the locker room and you begin picking up some clothes. You do, however, find an amazing garment you've never seen before. It's out of this world fashion. It's long sleeved. It's pitch black, but it covers your neck when you put it on.
Oh my god, it's a turtleneck now. I now have the turtle. I'm gonna put on the turtleneck.
Yes, indeed. So you look fabulous now.
I'm gonna put in tactical turtle.
Tactical goddamn turtle.
All right,
So
Archer.
I'm just going to the main door.
And it completely doesn't fit with anything else she's wearing. She
No.
napped back a giant head that drips water and white fucking skates. She's just skating past all of them and like,
And when I get out to the door, I want to fly up into the sky
Okay.
and
Yep.
scout around, like fly in a big old circle around, and see if I can see anything coming.
Okay, so you go to approach the entrance and you walk through that familiar area with the body that you dragged outside, and you begin to fly up into the air, and you realise that the wings themselves don't fly much above maybe 300 feet, but it's high enough.
Yeah, that's fine. So I can see the terrain.
And as you turn behind you, you can see Vers and Torn through the windows at the top.
I'll just be like,
Yeah. And can you make a perception check then? So that's an intellect roll. If you've got any perceptions or any spotting or anything like that, you can add that to it.
Don't be silly, Leo.
Okay, well, I was just giving you the benefit of the doubt and you passed, so what does it matter? Okay, so as you peer around the Black Hills, these rolling, dusty, black desert, like, dunes, and with their little skeletal trees poking up through the ground with no leaves or no needles, you do see in the distance some smoke kicking up on the horizon. Several plumes of it, in fact.
Is it coming towards us?
Yes.
I'm gonna fly towards it.
Okay.
does it look like it's a wheelchair that's coming?
Yep.
So, Artoria, how far are you willing to fly?
Can I judge distance and like how long it would take me with these wings?
Yeah, you reckon it will take you a couple of hours.
And how long do I have left?
After that, maybe 20 hours?
Oh, right, loads of time then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a 10-minute rest thing while I'm
Okay.
flying. When it roll, does it roll on the sheet? Coverage, better. Oh, what a whole one!
You rolled a 1. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So I'll just fly fly so I can see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can make out if it's motor or wheelchairs.
What you do make out as you fly for maybe about an hour and you realise that it's becoming late afternoon, it's going to be evening very soon, you do see, in the way that birds fly, that V shape, you see there's probably about 16 of these wheelchairs approaching.
Oh shit! I will fly back as fast as I can.
Okay, you do fly back as fast as you can, and you reach back, so it's been about 4-hour round trip.
Yep.
And you reckon if you did that then, they're going to be here soon?
Yeah, I'll get in through the door
Mhm.
and ask Samantha if she can barricade it.
The door does not work. Come forward. And she issues the inside door.
Yeah.
And then the door closes behind you because the actual outside hatch is busted.
Samantha,
Yes.
no matter what happens, do not let these people into this tower.
But what if they're persuasive like you were?
Do not let them in. They are here to kill everybody inside.
Okay.
And let's see. So it's the one with a walkway and where there's the broken.
So here. Oh, you wouldn't be able to see that because it's dynamic
Yeah.
lighting, would you?
No. Well, it's okay. I can be on.
Yeah.
So I want to. So she's closed this door.
Yeah.
I want her to lock all the doors up until where I am here now.
Okay.
Blast door them, lock them, close them,
Well, she does shut them, and she says, I will try to keep them as closed as long as possible.
and I want to start shifting all of these boxes in front of this door.
Ah, well, they're part of the map, so I can't move them, but you
Yeah,
get the gist,
but-
they're all there.
I'm building basically a barricade.
Yeah.
And I'm going to build it up so it's like up to Artoria's sort of chest height is an exposed bit, and then
Yep.
the rest is higher up, so basically she can swing a sword over it
Okay.
and talk to Vers through the communication disc.
Yes.
Vers, the bandits are coming.
Oh, how many?
16 wheelchairs worth.
That is blood. You know you love it.
They will be here in probably 2 hours at the most. Can you ask our friends if they can get ready to defend themselves?
Yes, certainly.
I am at the entrance where we found the crates. The rest of the doors have been closed by Samantha, but I've built the position. I will need more people to hold it.
I will ask for reinforcements, is that the word?
Yes.
Very well. And the communication just closes the link.
Yeah.
And I'll say to the Torn, we have some issues. There are people coming to take whatever is in this tower. Starship.
Okay.
Starship?
It's not any of those anymore.
No, but what I was going for. I was just going for like between ship and star, and it's just accidentally end up on Starship. Well, we need to defend this position. Before you close the top, you open the top that was closed. Can it be closed again?
It can, yes.
Okay, because they might try to get in through there.
Okay, she begins to climb up the odd bits that she can till she reaches the top. And then reaches up, presses the button, and you'll hear the shifting of metal and screeching as it closes.
Mm-hmm. And we need some more people to defend the position. Do you have any weapons?
No, but we do have some laser cutters. I don't know if you know what that is, but
I know what a cutter is. What is a laser?
it uses light to cut metal.
It does what now?
Mind blown.
Yes, it's okay, I'll go get some.
Yeah, I think it's mine. Once she shows them what they do.
Thing is, I know it's in the book somewhere. I can't find it. Anyway, we'll continue. EC, what are you doing? Still stealing more clothes?
No, after I've nabbed the turtleneck, I just grabbed one of the nerdy-looking guys and set him down on a bench next to me and just started laying in on him, just telling him random shit. Because I got really bored. So he's currently learning that Mandy, she said I couldn't do it, but then Samantha actually told me that I could, so I did. And that's how I ended up here, where I met Verse, and then Verse told me, and that just goes on and on the whole 4 hours Artoria has gone
Could
scouting.
you please start doing this character in Cheryl's voice from Archer?
I can't do that. and every time he tries to get up, she just sits him back down and starts a different story.
He just kind of like says some gobbledygook at you at one point, and then goes and brings. And you see that a lot of them are actually just sitting around you listening.
Oh, then EC starts going into the really crazy shit where she starts stories about how she healed people once, and they started treating her as a messiah. And then right before she said that she killed all of them, she actually stops and doesn't say that.
So as you say that, like one of the men on the side brings forth a child of perhaps maybe 15, 16, who has like a twisted arm where she'd fallen out of the cylinder and holds it out towards you.
Oh yeah, that's an intellect 2 task. I'm gonna heal that child. Oh no, I spelled effort on this so I don't look stupid.
So that's a 1. Yeah.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, and as you heal it, and she gives a little stretch, she looks up at her obviously her father, and says something, and then they all kind of like, oh, a murmur goes through the crowd. And they'll just kind of like are surrounding you. Now I've got about 40 people around you.
And anyway, then Brandis said that my clothing sucked, but it totally does not.
And they're all just nodding, like, yeah.
She just goes on like that until either Verse calls her up that there's people coming or anyone else says anything.
Yeah, I don't think Verse thinks that Easy needs to be involved in combat planning, so there's no message whatsoever.
Well, then there's a lot of people that are gonna get converted to EC's cult. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, so, yeah, a lot of these people just sit there listening to you blindly, and after it's all over, they just follow you out of the room as you move.
She just skates around the room.
They're just clapping.
Oh god.
After that goes on too long, she just takes the elevator down and just skedaddles.
Yeah, like they try to get in. Some of them do actually manage to fit in with you. And you just go down, and Artoria, the elevator opens to reveal about maybe a dozen people, and Easy in the middle of them.
Artoria, I converted people to my cult again, and they won't leave.
I needed warriors, not morons.
Well, there's only morons up there, and like a child.
Well, go and find me some warriors. I can't defend this hallway on my own.
Can we just try to talk to the bandits?
No.
Like, they don't know what we found here. I'll just tell them we harvested the powers of the stars and now we're, like, super-powered. And
They
you'll
tried.
just fly?
To kill us.
Lots of people
Yeah.
did.
Come back with laser cutters at this point.
Yes, anyway, she's come back up and she's got about 4 of them.
Okay, and does she show me what they do?
Yeah, okay, so she does actually hand you a square box that has a space for your fingers to go into, and it's got a kind of a trigger that you pull in, and it creates a blade of light that's about maybe 3 feet long.
Alright, I'll just...
Easy claps.
It looks like a trick, but she does hand one over to you as well, you see.
I hand it to one of the random dudes behind me. I'm not touching that.
Now she quickly grabs it out of his hand. No, they really shouldn't use them.
What are they?
These are swords. And she hands one to you, and it creates more like a short sword. Oh, she hands you another one in the other hand.
And then I could fly.
They are blades of light, and as you check them out on one of the material, it seems to go through armor and steel really easily.
Ooh, I like this. I'm going to keep this.
Mm-hmm. So basically, they are ciphers. You activate them, like you just did, for like a 28-hour period. But at the end of the period, you roll a d20, and on a 1, they're useless. They run out of energy.
Okay.
Wait, no, that would make them artifacts, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would make them last really long, and I don't think that's the intention.
No. Yeah, as a cipher, they're meant to be used once, but at the end of, like, let's say the combat, they'll just say that they're defunct afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, they've been on a spaceship for like 10 million years, so that's already like more than I'm asking for.
Yeah, okay, so I would say that they're all level 4 ciphers, so when you hit with them, they deal 4 damage.
Nice.
She hands some out to some of the people, teaching them what they are. Some of them, especially the miner that you met before that you rescued, he knows exactly what they are. They're like basically his version of a pickaxe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, talks to her. She says, he says he will fight alongside you.
Excellent. And Artoria will start mapping out her defensive plan too.
Can all my followers help?
Bodies get in the way in a melee. They're not very useful. They get in front of you and you stab your friends.
Okay, friends, it was super great. I especially like you. That's the guy she tried to hand the laser cutter to. The first
he's
two.
nodding.
Just go upstairs. I'll be right back. We'll just have to do some. What do we call it, Artoria?
Killing.
Problem solving. And she just shoos them away.
The Torn says something to them in their own language, and she says, "I've told them to go look after the orb to make sure that nothing happens to it, and to help everyone else out. We have some supplies, some food that may still be able to be eaten, so we've gone to go get that as well."
Well, let's get your warriors in here and prepare.
Okay, so you've got about 6 of them,
Yeah.
and then you guys.
I'll start trying to teach them the rudimentaries of combat and sword fighting.
Yeah, they talk amongst themselves. Some of them are. You've got a mixture of people here, and yeah, they get in the hang of it. You just swing it at it, and that's it.
Well, I'm trying to, like, the miner guy that knows what he's doing. I'm going to give him my normal shield.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
And strap it onto his arm.
Yeah. He might have been a strapping lad in his day when he was mining an asteroid in a spacesuit, but a couple of million years worth of the.
Also atrophy.
Yeah. He's kind of like he holds it up.
Raise it.
And it falls over like a topped weight.
You people are fucking useless. And Artoria will just spit on the ground beside him.
I think they're sort of cute. Look at them. Go.
They're weak. They're
Roughly
pathetic.
an hour goes by until you know that it's probably evening outside now and getting dark. And you will hear clonking, especially Artoria, who's probably by the door keeping watch. And you can all hear it rattling through the walls.
Behind us?
No, kind of like a bit distant.
Samantha,
Yes.
they're trying to get in, aren't they?
They are breaching the walls, yes.
Can you stop them?
No, not on the walls, on the doors perhaps, but they are smart. They don't look it, but they are.
Are they breaching through the doorways?
No.
Could you guide me to where they're breaching?
Yes.
Can't we just open the door here so they'll try to get in here because the door's open? And then we know they're gonna come in?
I'm gonna control you for a second.
Yeah.
Sorry. Point you down into this room with the big crates, and into this room here.
Oh, there's another one of these boxes.
And she points towards this far wall. Well, she says this wall on the west. And you see that there's panels open on the ground, revealing all kinds of weird veins and tendrils of electrics.
Is that radioactive box there?
It is, but you don't know what it is.
Put on my soft gloves because I've seen the symbol before
Yep.
and try and open it.
It doesn't seem to want to open. It's like got no discernible handle, no buttons. It's just a sealed box.
No
Bears.
buttons.
I need you quickly with the woman.
What is it?
They're trying to get through the wall here. Samantha, could you open that door in front of them?
And I'll try and make my way there.
Okay, as you do, you hear a voice because they stop trying to breach, and you hear, "And I hear some voices in there."
Yes.
Well, bugger me sideways. You hear that, lads? There's some civilized folk in this here temple. And then you
I
hear
assure
donk,
you.
donk, donk.
I am far from civilized.
Oh. Does that make you hostile, lady?
It means if you want me to feed you your genitals, stop
No.
that.
No, don't listen to her. There's no hostility here. Is that some strapping lads I hear out there?
It is indeed.
Oh, you sound like a mighty strong group of young, strong man.
Are you heard of me?
Oh, I've heard everything about you. Your tales are known far and wide. I actually had posters of you in my bed when I was younger.
Well, that's impossible. You're just a lying son of a bitch. Look.
Oh, that's true. You're no one.
You listen here. I'm just here for the Numenera.
Already got it.
We've claimed it.
Well, how about you gift it over to me and you can keep whatever else is inside that shithole.
I could just cut your legs off.
Look, you are one fasty sounding bitch. But when I get in there and you meet my iron pipe, you're probably gonna be changing your tone.
Just a simple iron pipe. Why don't you turn to the door to your left?
Yeah, alright, I have.
Samantha, open the door.
The door opens, he goes, Mama! And you hear a load of footsteps.
I don't think we should have let them. We could have convinced them that we had like an exploding Numenera of some sort. I don't know why you have to do this.
Samantha, open the door on the walkway.
Are you sure?
This door.
Yep, she does.
And then I'll say out. Have you got your boyfriends with you, or did you come alone?
Well, I am starting to like you. You are mud-mouthed, and it is sexy.
Well, did you bring them?
Of course I brought my boys. I go nowhere without them.
So you're a coward.
Hey, I never said I was a coward. I just said I'm smart.
No, you're a coward, and you wouldn't face me on my own.
This is how it's gonna go down, is it?
And, Samantha, how many people are in that room?
There are 17.
Have to bring 17 men to fight a woman.
Hey, to be fair though, I did not know I was coming here to fight you. I thought I was coming here to fight abhumans or some such. I did not know that fat fucking mayor would send a formidable force to reclaim this here fallen star.
I would like to just interject and with an ability
Uh-huh.
called Powerful Rhetoric, and I'm just going to do this as backup to what you already said. Powerful Rhetoric allows me to brand a person after talking to them for a bit as a fool, so people lose trust in them. So I'm just going to interject here and build on what Artoria already did and just say, your boss sounds like a mighty chicken, doesn't he? Like, I've never heard someone so afraid to just fight one woman. I don't know why you're following him. I bet every one of you would be a better leader than your boss.
I feel like despite you guys being an all-lady group that you were getting down on some self-misogynistic shit in there, so I'm gonna back off and let you sort yourself out while I converse with my boyfriends, as you so smartly put it.
Well, we have a man in here too.
I ain't heard no man.
No, he doesn't talk much, but that's irrelevant.
Look, I'm gonna head back outside and I'll meet y'all out there so that I don't have to fight in this here corridor that's all squished up and such.
No, thank you. If you want to fight me, you will fight me in here without your boyfriends.
Clicks his fingers and you hear a load of footsteps back away. Is come on out then. We can discuss
Samantha.
this face to face.
Samantha,
Yes,
how many other people are left in that room?
he has sent all but him outside.
Thank you. Please close the door.
Here she does.
I will open the door in front of me.
I'm just trying to read what the ability is.
Oh.
Okay, so can you do me a favour and make also I'm assuming this is to help Artoria, you see.
And that's just to help Latoria, because she already did the legwork. So
yeah, okay, can you make an intellect check, difficulty 3?
Oh, that's fine. I have training in persuasion and public speaking.
Yeah, so difficulty 2, because they're also hindered, so...
Well, I'm just gonna put in trained then, and put it to 2. So...
Oh, you need it. Okay, so what happens is, as you are conversing, it looks like the men are having, they've had enough of this. And instead of just kind of like him ordering them out, they just kind of leave. It's not, and they hear one of them say, "Sir, it's just not worth it. We should probably just head back. Like, there's better things to be done. We could try and find our scout, Eleanor." And they're like, and he goes, "No, we are doing this." And they're, "Well, whatever, sir." And they just kind of leave of their own volition.
Artoria will then get Samantha to open the door in front of her.
And the door opens, revealing Artoria. Across the crates that you stacked, you see, standing at the opposite end, a man dressed in leathers, black leathers. He has what looks like a red scarf dangling from the front. He's quite dark-skinned with kind of grey stubble all across his cheek. He's kind of well chiseled, quite muscular beneath those tight leathers. His hair is shaved on one side and dyed kind of a pink, purple, and a red colour on one side. It flops over into like a flop Mohican. As he turns to face you, the bald side has a set of tattoos, and as he brings his iron pipe down, it clanks to the ground. And in his left hand, he has a chain attached to the iron pipe, and he just narrows his eyes at you and he goes, "Well, I did not know I'd be looking on such a beautiful specimen.
You're mighty fine yourself, sir."
Step out of there."
And she will step over the
Yeah.
boxes and walk towards him.
"I am a Barney. I live here in these Black Hills. That mayor has done nothing for the people of these hills. He does not deserve none of this Numenera."
I understand your principle. We came here for, well, I came here for money.
Haven't we all, doll? Haven't we all?
But it is interesting that your people tried to kill me earlier.
What do you mean?
We were attacked by your bandits the day before.
Bandits. Such a rudimentary term.
Well, the term that people call me is rudimentary, but it has a purpose.
Look. You've already embarrassed me in front of my boyfriends, so I'll tell you what. I'm gonna take my leave. This just isn't worth it. Okay?
A warrior's code, then. You will leave us and this tower alone.
He nods. And if we are to meet again, let it be in more favourable circumstances. Perhaps
Indeed.
over a candlelit dinner. And he just winks.
Sounds good, and she will just lean in and give him a little peck on the cheek.
My, I think I'm in love. And then he goes, as he walks through the door, you hear a voice go to one of the men. He goes, "I think I found my sixth wife."
Artoria will just laugh and turn around and walk towards the barricade.
Yeah, you diffused that situation well.
Mm.
And you do hear the sound of roaring wheelchairs as they begin to vanish.
She'll just sort of climb over the barricade and sit on it a bit and go, Well, they're leaving.
Yeah, all the men looked like they were ready for a fight, but nothing happened.
Yeah, I don't think you lot would have been much use out there.
Their wheelchairs didn't even explode, Verse.
It is strange. Perhaps we need to revisit the topic. The sample size of one is insufficient to determine what it does.
Torn looks at you and goes, "What?"
Wheelchair.
They're riding this
Like
metallic.
point out the window
Yeah, like
to like one of their bikes.
I. Fair enough. She doesn't want to continue that. Just kind of gives up. Okay, so that was good. So we just need to wait for the orb to deteriorate. Get the circlet.
Sounds good.
And you can tell that we're very much looking forward to another 26.5 hours of talking to her.
Yeah. Okay. So we can skip ahead if you want, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you all get fully rested as the place begins to sort itself out and build up.
Fully rested, everything to max, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
How do you reset your recovery thing?
I think you just click on the first thing. On one action, if you click on that, it's back to...
That is what it is.
Okay. So as the orb deteriorates and you're all waiting fully rested, most
Sorry,
of the people
Liam.
around. What's that?
Could you send me that guy's name?
Yep.
Ex-husband number 1.
Pretty sure that's how it's spelled.
It's more than number 1.
Oh, he's a lord, Jesus.
Yeah, this was your literal quest, your mission details. That was so.
Oh my god, we succeeded. That has never happened in World's Largest Dungeon.
Imagine that you use diplomacy rather than a gun. It was
Well,
weird.
my next character, diplomacy, I swear.
Okay, so as this thing deteriorates into nothingness, this orb
Cut
inside,
his head off.
yeah, you immediately leap forward, cut his head off. But the rest of it's just frail, paper-like vellum skin. There's just nothing left of the poor thing, and you pick the collar up. I'm assuming.
Yep.
And Torn says.
The head.
Yeah, and the head, which is now just kind of mummified and shrunken.
It's like paper mache when you've gotten it wet.
Yep.
And
I'll give her the collar and keep the head.
Okay, so she takes the collar and snaps it around her neck, and you see it tightens to fit it perfectly. She takes a deep breath, brings her hands forwards, and begins making symbols in the air. And in front of you, that pile of black dirt and sand that had been used to hurt Isi, she forms it into a marvelous structure, a tower of sorts with a door, a window, and then when she brings her hands back, you see all of these things make this weird kind of rippling motion as they fold over, forming a completely obsidian jet black surface. And she's created what looks like a very thin, with what material she's got, 1-story kind of house with a tower on one side and a chimney. And it's very small. And she says, this is what you can do with the nanites outside. That's the first time you've heard that word.
Yeah.
It's very small, though, isn't it?
Yes, but with more material, like the stuff outside in the Black Hills, we could create bigger structures. We could create towns.
Well, get to building your civilization and we'll go and tell her you're good and you can trade and help each other.
So our rates, as we've discussed previously, since we've sort of like saved your civilization and all that, but we're willing to give you a discount because you gave us these laser cutters, like 1,000 shins, is that okay?
What? You keep mentioning this word shins. What does that even mean?
It's a form of currency.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
I will produce a shin and show her it.
See, it just looks like a bit and bob, like just something you found on the back of your sofa.
Yeah.
She goes, okay.
Their form is not very well defined. It is just somehow commonly accepted what is and what isn't one.
I get it. And she goes one moment and disappears, and a couple of seconds later, minutes later, comes back with something in her hand, which she then empties onto the ground, and it looks to you guys to be about at least 100 shins.
Battle.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, they're yours.
Oh, this was easy. Negotiations usually take way longer, thank you.
So that's
33
35.
each.
35 for heirs, 35 for EC, and 30 for our total.
Oh.
I know you can have 35, Atoria. You did all of that with that evil, scary dude.
No, it's okay. You help him.
And EC, you know that you've still got half of your payment when you get back to Paradise.
Yeah, Issy knows that. She's just ripping these people off. She thinks.
Okay, well, thank you for your help. You sure you don't want to stick
Still
around
gonna
for a
make
while?
I'm happy to stay for some time.
She says, I'm going to take my people outside and I'm going to use this collar to
Yeah.
build things.
Okay. I'm pretty interested to see how that goes.
Okay, so before you guys leave and you climb back out of the crater, you see her people are now spilling out onto the into the crater itself and all these.
Mm-hmm.
And she, as she does, walk towards your ladder. She says, "Oh no, oh look, there's the scarf again."
Aww.
It needs to be like.
And that day, our combined hearts grew 3 sizes.
Yeah.
But yeah, as she touches those sharp crystalline spikes that had been caused by the heat of the ship hitting the crater, hitting the ground, they melt and deteriorate into dust. He just looks like an old lady now.
Chris Rife is the real MVP.
Yeah, and all these crystalline spikes that had previously been really dangerous for you while climbing down the crater turn into more of that black desert sand, and then she wafts her hand, forming stairs for you guys to climb up.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure we get a rope.
Yep, you managed to cut your rope back.
These people are creating stairs out of literally nothing, and we just care about our fucking rope.
Of course.
Well, thank you very much. We'll be on your way. I am Artoria. It was a pleasure.
No,
But you do need to get some warriors. Trust me. You need some warriors. I have 6 sisters. I can send them here and they can sort this place out.
he
Easy.
nods.
Oh yeah?
You were saying before that your communication disc doesn't work anymore. If you give it to me, I'll have a look at it for you.
I know. I think it's fine.
Are you sure? Let's try.
Hi, Vers. How you doing?
And I just like stand at a distance, like shake my head that it's not working.
Oh no, you're right. I just handed to you.
And afterwards, I'll just give it to Torn. And say, if you ever need to contact us, here you go.
Oh, okay, thank you. And as you guys are leaving, she's forming what looks like... It does take her a while to form structures, and she does begin building what looks like some sort of gateway that leads into the crater itself. And as you guys walk off into the distance, heading back towards Paradise 8, she kind of forms what looks like an archway. And that's where we will end today's session.
I would like to wave my cultists goodbye as I leave.
Yeah, they're all kind of like, like that scene on Avatar: The Last Airbender. All of them are like crying as you're leaving. Like, they've learnt the words "come back soon." Okay,
Aw.
so we'll be ending it there.